Welcome to Sharad V. More English School online lecture. Now today we have to start the chemical properties of the metals. First, chemical properties of the metals. Electronic configurations. Now in the previous lesson we have learned how to write down the electronic configuration by knowing the atomic numbers. Okay. The electronic configuration is the basis of chemical behavior of the elements. Majority of the metals have up to 3 electrons in their outermost shells. Okay, so here majority of the metals, okay, means the metals which are found among them, most of the metals have the 3 electron, up to 3 electron, not only 3 electron, up to 3 electrons in their outermost shells. It means some element which are metals contain the 1 electron in outermost shell. Some metals contain the 2 electron in outermost shells, and some metals contain the 3 electrons in outermost shell. Okay, now understood the meaning of this sentence. Now see the metal sodium. Its atomic number is 11. Okay, so here its symbol is given, its atomic number is written as a subscript. Now its electronic configuration 2,8,1. Okay, so here because the capacity of the K shell is 2, that's why 2 is written. Next, capacity of L is 8, that's why 8 is written, and then remaining 1 electron is written in the M cell. Okay, so here 2,8,1 is the electronic configuration of the sodium. Now yes, about the magnesium, the symbol of the magnesium is Mg, and below of that 12 is written, means atomic number is 12. So here the electronic configuration is 2,8,2, 2, 8, 10 and plus 2 is 12. Okay, now yes, about the aluminium, yes, its symbol is Al, atomic number written as a subscript 13. Okay, now its atomic number is 13, electronic configuration 2,8,3. Okay, understood. So here what we have learned under the first properties, electronic configurations. Okay, and most of the metals having the 1, 2 or 3 electrons in its outermost shell. Second one, formation of the ions, means metals form the ions. So how they form the ion, that we have to see. The metals having the tendency to lose the electrons, and when they lose the electrons, the number of protons remain as it is, but number of electrons decreases by 1 or by 2 or by 3. Okay, so after losing the electrons, they bear the positive charge, because in the atomic structure of that atoms, the ions, positive ions are larger is number is compared to the negative charges. For example, in sodium, when sodium metals lose its 1 electrons, okay, so in the nucleus there are 11 proton, but after losing 1 electron, the number of electrons become 10. So here there is one more positive charge, one more, or you can say one extra positive charge is present when it loses 1 electrons. Because of that bear 1 positive charge. And when magnesium lose 2 electrons from its outermost shell, that time the nucleus contain the 12 proton, but number of electrons are 10. Here there is 2 extra protons, and because of that magnesium bear the 2 positive charges. In aluminium loses 3 electrons from outermost shell, and because of that there is three positive charges on aluminum, because now yes, three extra positive charges present when it lose 3 electrons, and number of electrons become 10. So there is a difference of the 3 protons. Okay, so that's why aluminum bear the 3 positive charges. Okay, this is shown here. Now yes, see sodium 2,8,1. Here the sodium losing 1 electron. यहाँ पे क्या है, 1 electron lose करा, that's why 1e लिखा हुआ है, and this sodium bear 1 positive charge. Yes, here magnesium it loses 2 electron, that's why it bear the 2 plus plus charges, and here 2 electrons are represented. Yes, in aluminium there is 3 positive charges plus 3 electrons. Now yes, third property, reaction with oxygen. Okay, reaction with oxygen. तो most of the metal react with the oxygen to form the metal oxide. जितने भी metals है वो क्या करते हैं, ऑक्सीजन से रिएक्ट करते हैं और क्या फॉर्म करते हैं, मेटल ऑक्साइड्स. ओके, अंडरस्टूड. तो हियर सी द यस word equations. Here it is written in the words, that's why it is called as the word equation. Metal plus oxygen, metal oxide. Okay, so for example, sodium, okay, plus oxygen, it form the sodium oxide. Okay, now here we have to balance the equation. 2 oxygen are there, so here there may be 2 oxygen. Now yes, sodium become 2, so yes, place the 2 here. So this is the sodium oxide. It's clear now. Next example, magnesium, Mg plus oxygen. Okay, so what will form here, MgO, MgO. Okay, magnesium oxide. Now balance the equation. Because there is 2 oxygen, so here we have to place the 2. Now yes, 2 magnesium, place the 2. Now it is balanced, 2 magnesium, 2 oxygen, 2 magnesium, 2 oxygen. It's clear now. So this is the oxide of the magnesium, oxide of the yes sodium. So similarly, iron also react with oxygen, form the iron oxide. But there are some metals like gold, silver and platinum do not react generally with oxygen. The metal oxides are basic in nature. Now yes, this oxide that we have seen, sodium oxide, magnesium oxide, aluminum oxide, they are basic in nature. Their natures are in basic. Means when we find out the pH of these compounds, their pH greater than 7. Okay, तो क्या है, that's why they are basic in nature. Metal oxide react with an acid to form a salt and water. Now yes, when these metal oxides which are basic in nature react with the acid, they form the salt and water. For example, okay, now here NaO. Okay, this is the sodium oxide plus, because this is basic in nature. Okay, when you dip the red litmus paper, the red litmus paper will turn to blue. Okay, so this is in basic in nature. When it react with HCl, hydrochloric acid, it will form salt, sodium chloride, NaCl plus water. Okay, plus water. So here products are NaCl plus H2O. Now we have to balance the equation. There is 2 sodium on the left hand side, so here place the 2. Now sodium balance, and because of that the chlorine become unbalanced. Okay, so place the 2 here. Okay, so 2 hydrogen. and two hydrogen is present on the right hand side and one oxygen is present on the right hand side. Now it is balanced. So this base base here, metal oxide and acids both react to give the salt and water. So here salt NaCl and water is obtained. Let's see the next page. Reaction with acid. Okay, now we have seen the reaction with the metal oxide with the what? Acid. So they form the salt and water. Take dilute hydrochloric acid in test tube, then add zinc dust to it. So here one example is given here. Take the dilute hydrochloric acid in a test tube, then add zinc dust to it. Take a glowing splinter near a mouth of the tube. Observe the glowing splinter. You will notice some sound coming out from it. Now yes, when when the metal react with the acid, there is a formation of the salt and hydrogen gas, and it is given in the word equations. Most of the metal react with the dilute acid to form the metal salts, while hydrogen gas is released. Metal plus dilute acid giving to salt plus hydrogen gas. Now yes, I am taking one example here. For example, zinc plus dilute HCl. Now product I am writing, okay, below. Zinc plus HCl, okay, and this is dilute. The products. Now here there is a release of the hydrogen H2 gas, okay, plus formation of salt. So here zinc chloride will form. Zinc chloride, ZnCl. It's clear. So what we have obtained here, zinc chloride, that is salt and hydrogen gas. And same when it react with the sulfuric acid, जब ये सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड से रिएक्ट करेगा तो व्हाट वी विल गेट हियर, क्या मिलेगा हम लोगों को, लेट्स सी. नाउ यस, zinc plus H2SO4, okay, the product is hydrogen gas plus zinc sulfate, okay. So here salt will be sulfate, okay, it's clear. So what happens when the metal react with the acid, they form the salt and hydrogen gas release. So here hydrogen gas is shown here. Now yes, next reaction with water, okay. So what happens when the metals react with the water? Generally all metals do not react with the water, but some metals react vigorously with the water. For example, potassium and sodium, okay. So these two metals react vigorously, okay. And magnesium and calcium react with the water but less vigorously. And copper, iron, these metals do not react with the cold water, they react with the steam of the water. ये क्या है, वाटर के स्टीम से रिएक्ट करते हैं. तो हियर लेट्स सी, most metals do not show any observable and fast reaction with the cold water, but some metals like sodium and potassium reacts with the cold water to produce their hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Magnesium metal requires steam to give the similar reactions. Let's see the reaction. Na, sodium, reacts with the water and it forms sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas releases. Understood? Sodium plus water, it forms the sodium hydroxide plus water. Similarly, potassium metals react with water and form the potassium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas evolves. Okay, and very high heat is released. So here the hydrogen gas release catches the fire. What happens here? When this reaction takes place, the heat evolved is very high, and because of that the hydrogen gas released, yes, catches the fire, because hydrogen gas is an inflammable gas. Okay, what is meant by the inflammable? The things which easily burn, okay, or catches fire, called as inflammable. So this hydrogen gas is the inflammable gas. Understood? Now yes, magnesium and calcium, these two also react with the hot waters, not with the cold water. So here when this calcium reacts with the water, but it is a hot water, yes, it forms calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. So here heat evolved is not enough to catch the fire, because reaction takes place less vigorously. तो यहाँ पे क्या है, ये हाइड्रोजन गैस जो इवॉल्व होती है वो जलती नहीं है, because here heat evolved is less as compared to the yes heat evolved in case of the sodium and potassium. Okay, understood? So now we have seen the 5 reactions. Let's revise it. Reaction, okay, physical properties of the metals. First one, its electronic configuration. Second one, okay, first one we have seen electronic configuration, formation of ion, reaction with oxygen. Fourth one, reaction with acid and reaction with water. Now we have to study the chemical properties of the non-metals. Okay, now yes, its electronic configurations. Okay, so generally the non-metals have the 4 to 7 electron in their valence shells, means in outermost shells. Okay, now see example. So yes, nitrogen, its electronic configuration 2, 5. Okay, so there are 5 electron in its outermost shells. About the oxygen, its atomic number is 8, that's why electronic configuration is 2, 6. Okay, so there are 6 electron in valence shells. Okay, in chlorine 2, 8, 7, so there are 7 electrons in outermost shells. So what we have learned about the electronic configuration of the non-metals, they have the 4 to 7 electron in their valence shells. Now yes, which element have the 4 electron in its valence shell? So that element is the carbon. See the atomic number of the carbon, C6. Okay, so 2, 4. So here there are 4 electron in its outermost shell. Okay, next, formation of ion. So here the non-metals accept the electrons, and when they accept the electron, the number of electrons increasing in their outermost cells, and the protons numbers remain same. So in non-metals, what happens? The number of negative charges increases, and because of that, these non-metals bears the negative charge. Okay, see, formations of the ions. Non-metals have a tendency to accept electron in their valence shell to form a negatively charged ion called anions. So that negative charged ions are called anions. Okay, this you have to keep in mind. Now see the its reactions. Chlorine plus yes, one electron. So chlorine having the electronic configuration 2, 8, 7. Now here one electron is added. So here what will happen? This outermost cells now have 8 electrons. So that's why 2, 8, 8. So in this ion, this negative ion, when we compare the protons and electron, so there is one extra electrons. Because of that one extra electron, it bears the negative charge. Now you see the oxygen, it accepting the 2 electron, so that's why O plus 2 electron, and here 2, 6. Now it contains the 2, 8 electronic configuration, and because of this it bear the 2 negative charges. Okay, it's clear now. Now yes, in case of nitrogen 2, 5. So here there is 5 electron in outermost cells, it accept the 3 electrons, that's why its outermost cell means valence cells now have the 8 electron. And when we compare the protons and electrons, so there are 3 extra electrons, and that electrons bear the negative charge, and because of that this nitrogen now have the 3 negative charges. It's clear now. Now see, now third reaction with oxygen. Non-metals combines with oxygen to form their oxide. As the metals form the metal oxide, so similarly non-metals form the non-metal oxide. And non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Okay, whereas the metal oxides are basic in nature. Non-metal plus oxygen, non-metal oxide. The oxides of non-metals are acidic in nature. So what will happen when we dip the blue litmus paper in the solution of the non-metal oxide? That blue litmus turns to red. They react with the bases to form the soluble salt and water. When these non-metal oxide react with the bases, they form the salt and water. Because these non-metal oxides are acidic in nature, so this acid react with the base to form the salt and water. The oxides of metals, non-metals react with the water to form an acid. Now this non-metal oxide when react with water, they form the acid. For example, carbon dioxide react with the water form the carbonic acid. Its formula is H2CO3. Sulfur dioxide react with the water form the sulfurous acid H2SO3, and SO3 react with the water to form the sulfuric acid H2SO4. Now D, non-metal do not react with the dilute acids. Okay, non-metal do not react with the dilute acid. What is the reason here? Because non-metal itself are acid. Okay, जो नॉन मेटल होते वो खुद क्या होते हैं, उनका नेचर क्या होता है, एसिडिक. तो दैट्स वाई दैट एसिडिक नेचर will not react with the dilute acid because their natures are same. दोनों के नेचर सेम होंगे. Because of this non metals do not react with the dilute acids. Okay, now student, unmute yourself. If you have any doubt, ask to me, then I will end the meeting. Yes student, is anybody having any doubts? Okay, yes, Now yes, I am ending the meeting.